3 of YOGATOBER. My name is Sorsha and this is the space between. For today's video we're going to be focusing on Vrksasana, aka tree pose. There's lots of different variations of this pose, so it's suitable for all levels. And in today's video we're going to be really focusing on that grounding element, finding our stability, and if you wanted to, you could do this even if you're doing a hip opening sequence. This would be quite a nice posture to focus on for that. So you can focus on different elements of it. Today we're going to be focusing on the grounding aspects. If you want to, you can light a couple of candles or 3. I've kind of brought the outside in today with my little altar. And if you want to as well, you could use some grounding oil on the feet. This is the On Guard that I used in another video. It's by doTERRA. I just really enjoy this brand, but you could use anything with lime would be good, or cedarwood, anything that's kind of more of an earthy, dense tone is going to be great for this. So all you would do is just sprinkle a little bit on your hands, have a little smell, and you could just pop that on the tops of your feet. That's what I'm going to be doing, putting it on the tops of my feet to help with that grounding sensation. Anyway, without further ado, let's hop onto the mat and I will see you guys in a minute.
In war, there's never an option to run.
Okay, baby bears, so we're going to start on the feet today. Maybe you've already sprinkled some essential oil on the tops. Maybe you haven't. If you haven't, it's all good, don't worry. We're going to rock backwards and forwards on the soles of the feet. Feet are hip width apart. We're going to lift the toes and spread them as wide as we can, and then place them down. Feeling nice and grounded here. Then if we want to, we can even rock a little bit towards the front of the foot, and also on the ball of the foot. So go ahead and do that with both feet. You could do some ankle rolls as well if that feels good today. Just taking a few moments to warm up the feet, especially if you haven't done another yoga video before this today. We just want to warm up the feet. Feel a nice stretch. I can feel that all the way along my leg and my thigh. Maybe having a little open at the shoulders. Stretching out. Same on the other side. Good. So when your feet and ankles feel all warmed up, rocking backwards and forwards, having the feet hip width apart, lifting and spreading the toes, placing them down, pushing away from the mat, so lifting the inner arches of the feet, soften the knees, tuck the tailbone under just slightly, lifting in the chest, nice long spine, roll the shoulders back, maybe a few times, maybe there's some tension in the neck. Spreading the hands to the side and just close the eyes. This is our Autumnal pose, a mountain pose. Just helping us to get situated here for a moment. Reaching forwards with the heart nice and strong, open, bold, brave. Lovely, and then just shake it all out a little bit here. Okay, so we're going to begin balancing on our left leg. So we're going to lift the right ankle and bring it to just above, I'll shimmy back a little bit so you can see, just above the, lift the right heel just above the left ankle. That's what I'm trying to say. So this is our first variation. Now you're going to want to keep the balancing leg soft, so just bend the knee slightly. And all of these is going to help your ankle to calibrate the weight. It's also going to avoid injury. If you're locked like this and you're wobbling everywhere, it's not really going to feel very yogic, very self-compassionate. So just soften the knee slightly here, making sure those toes are nice and spread, feeling firm as well with the right foot here. Roll the shoulder blades back and down. Bring the hands to the hips, and then just take a breath. Square the hips. And just allow the knee to come as far as it may. We're not trying to force the knee, because then the hips are probably going to follow, or we're going to injure the knee. So if you've done a hip opening sequence, you're probably feeling a little bit more open now. That's fine. If you're not, I haven't done one today, so I'm just letting my knee fall where it may. And make sure we don't dump our weight into one side either. Roll the shoulder blades back and down. And then find your drishti point, your focus point. If you fall out of the posture, it's fine. Just laugh and come back into it again. And maybe if you want to, you can imagine yourself like a little tree, or the seeds of a little tree growing in the springtime. Maybe you can imagine roots shooting out from the toes and the feet, the soles. Maybe you even want to imagine roots coming down from the tailbone, round down the legs, all the way burying deep into the earth. Branches coming to life with colourful leaves. And then gently release, have a little shimmy shake. You're going to do the same on the other side. So lift and spread those toes on the right hand side, on the right foot, on the right hand foot. That makes sense. And we're going to lift the left heel towards the right ankle. Soften the knees, square those hips. Draw up nice and tall, roll the shoulders back and down. Find in your focus point. It's raining pretty heavily outside, but in my head it's springtime. Like a little fresh baby tree. Growing those roots. Feeling nice and grounded with the earth, with your mat. And then when you're ready, shimmy shaking it out. Okay, variation number 2 of tree pose. There are so many different variations, I'm just picking 4 today. So you can pause this if you want to hold one of the variations longer. I'm just doing like a little, almost like a short tree flow, just so you can have a bit of experience. I'm just assuming that everyone watching is very new to yoga, so it's just easier to go with that assumption for now. Obviously, if you're a bit more advanced, maybe you want to watch this whole one, and then you might want to take a few minutes to pause and just practice one. Whatever you feel like doing today, be your yoga, as my friend was saying to me the other day. Alright, so nice and balanced. Feet are spread in the left foot, toes are spread in the left foot and in the right. Finding that grounding first of all, pushing away from the mat, from the earth, lifting up nice and tall, squaring those hips, not forcing the knee. Tuck the tailbone under slightly if you need to get a bit more rooted. And then this time we're going to bring the hands to the heart. And you can stay here, or if you want to, you can take your drishti point and then you can close your eyes. Take a moment with the hands at the heart to focus on the breath, washing over the fingertips. This time maybe feeling more like a tree in the summer. Again, those nice bushy leaves, nice deep green, bright vibrant colours, strong branches, strong healthy trunk, rooting down through the feet, almost imagining from the hips down is your trunk. Beautiful. Gently open the eyes if they're closed, release. Little shimmy shake, repeat on the other side, so let's spread those right toes. Lift the left ankle, move forward to the side a little bit. Drawing up nice and tall, soften the knee. Again, you can have the eyes open or you might want to close them. This is a polar asana. So we want to do this asana, this posture on each side, on the masculine side, which is now, and also the feminine side. Helping to balance the energies. Also can help to strengthen the third eye. So if you know your chakras, you're really engaging Muladhara chakra, the root chakra, and you can lift that energy all the way up, focusing on the third eye here as well. That sense of balance, and also just having an overall perspective on the big details, on the bigger picture rather than just the small details, being able to flip that perspective. have a few videos on this already with Ajna Chakra, so I'll link them below for you and you can explore if you're interested. But for now, feeling rooted down through your trunk, not chunk, trunk. Lifting up with the chest, feeling gratitude, imagining the sun on your leaves, this beautiful, huge summertime tree in the sun, rooting from the ground up, reaching towards the light, and then release, shimmy shake, and let go. Option number 3 with our tree pose, Vrksasana. You're going to spread those toes on the left foot. And this time, if it's available to you, I'm hoping I can do it this morning. Sometimes I actually find it easier, I've got quite a thick mat, sometimes I do find it easier just on a wooden floor, whatever floor you've got without a carpet, you might find it easier to balance. You could have something that's obviously got this wall, so I'm reaching out to the wall a little bit this morning. And what I'm doing is I'm lifting my right foot, so it's on the calf, on the side of the calf, so it's not, we're never putting it on the knee because we don't want to damage our knee, so we're just bringing it to the calf, softening the left knee, finding a little bit of balance, and if you want to this time, you can bring the arms all the way up to the sky, reaching towards the last of the autumn light. This time we are a tree in the autumn. So if you're really advanced, you could close your eyes here. I'm not going to do that today. Heart is wide open and fearless. We're going to rain the hands down, letting go of any dead weight, anything that no longer serves us. Shimmy, shimmy, shake. Okay. Obviously, if you can hold it for longer too, feel free to pause it. I'm trying to keep this video quite short today because you guys know I do have a tendency to ramble a little bit. I lean to the side. Alright, so this time opposite foot, lifting and spreading those right toes, bending softly in the knee. Again, I'm just allowing my left knee to come out as far as it may. I'm going to push a little bit on my left sole, and then I'm going to push, almost counteract that with my right leg. So I'm kind of pushing towards this midline. It's going to help me balance, engage the core a little bit. Gently draw the belly button towards the back of the spine, reaching up with the hands, and then just softening the shoulders here if they're creeping towards the ears. Grounding into gratitude, opening the heart, reaching towards the autumnal light, and dropping the dead leaves, letting go of anything that no longer serves you. And bring it back down. Okay. Shake it out. Okay, so for our final tree, Vrksasana, I'm just going to demo this quick. We're going to take the hands into Namaskar Mudra at the back, if that's available to you. If not, you can just do any of the variations that we've already done. And then you can have a little play. I'm going to try and do the harder, more challenging variation of the feet right now. Hopefully I can balance and speak and remember everything at the same time. We shall see, it'll be a good test. I did this with some students yesterday morning, Saturday morning, and we had a bit of a giggle doing it. So don't take this posture too seriously. You're allowed to have a laugh if you fall out of it. I'm sure I will chuckle. So yeah, just enjoy it. So, spreading those toes. This time, we're going to bring the foot either here, or you could bring it all the way up. This is where I just realised my leggings are really, really slippy. Alright, so again, I'm really pushing with my foot, tucking under with my tailbone, softening the left leg, trying to keep my hips as even as I can. Always find this one a bit more challenging, that's okay. There's always going to be room for improvement, guys. And then I'm going to bring my hands behind my back, Namaskar Mudra. This time your wintertime tree. Bare and vulnerable, heart wide open. And and release. My foot kept slipping. Try it the other side. I'm going to have a little play with this one when I stop filming and see if I can go for a bit longer. So lift and spread the right toes. If you're finding it actually really hard though guys, you can always keep the foot down on the floor or here. I'm kind of doing this more for the purpose of this video, but my personal favourite is actually keeping the foot either on the ground or just below the knee and closing my eyes. That's my absolute favourite variation. It's hard to be, like if you're in a bad mood, if you're stressed, you're kind of bringing that focus to the feet, so you're grounding. If you're a bit like me and you get really airy fairy flighty when you're stressed. But also if you're in a grumpy mood, it's really hard to like be grumpy when you basically look like a flamingo and you're trying to balance on one leg. So it's good, it kind of keeps that childlike play and joy in it. I'm going to repeat on the other side. Finding your drishti, your focus point. My foot's just slipping. Open the heart. Wide and vulnerable. And just letting go of any of those last leaves, that last dead weight. Anything that no longer serves you. And then release. Oh, that was hard at that time. So if you are wearing slippy yoga pants, it's also not going to help. Maybe do it like in shorts or something, it might help a little bit if you want to do that last posture. Okay then guys, so it's going to take a moment, rock backwards and forwards, feet are hip width apart. Lift and spread those toes, place them back down. Roll the shoulder blades back and down. Close the eyes. Tuck the tailbone under, lift the inner arches of the feet. Push away from the mat with your feet. Lift up tall through the spine and the crown of the head. Taking a few deep full belly breaths here. Tadasana, your mountain pose. So maybe taking a moment to think of life a little bit like that life cycle of a tree. You have the springtime, maybe new roots and shoots are growing. You have the summertime and you're full of leaves, shaking it all around, blustering in the wind, or the summer breeze I should say. Feeling nice and grounded from the hips all the way down, just like a trunk. And in the autumn time you're still reaching towards the last of the autumn light, the autumn sun. You're shedding layers, you're getting rid of anything that no longer serves you. And then in the winter time you have your bare branches, your heart wide open and fearless. And you're just making way for anything new and good. Yeah, so once you've dropped the dead weight and you've let go of anything that no longer serves you, you've made way, you've made space for the good stuff to start to creep in. Bringing the hands to the heart. Giving yourselves a thank you for showing up and practicing. I would like to thank you for having a bit of fun today. Balancing postures, always a good laugh. Not my forte, but even more reason to do them. I hope you're having an amazing YOGATOBER. Thank you so much for watching guys. Namaste.